What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this, man. So, Jeff Jimz wanted to give us a public announcement of what's going on with the COVID and things like that. So, let's listen to the brothers, see what he had to say, man, about this. Very interesting. Some things I want to touch on, but let's let him open up the platform first. So, shouts out to Jeff Jimz. See, I ain't no hater, bro. See, I can show y'all love. Y'all be trying to hate on me all the time. Let me tell you something. What I don't like about you, Jimz. Stop faking the funk all the time. And what I mean by faking the funk is this. When I take my shots at you and be roasting you, don't act like you don't know where it come from. Don't act like it's coming out of nowhere. Don't act like, bro, you wasn't that same dude that was dissing me on Twitter. And I ain't know nothing about it when I ain't know who you was. So don't make it seem as though when I blast back, it's not warranted. Keeping it 100. You always say, excuse me, stop being dirty and this and that. Well, stop being dirty. Why don't that apply to you when you out of pocket, when you dirty? Why don't that apply to you? When you've been caught on so many fraudulent things, it ain't funny. So you can't just make it where it applied to others, but it don't apply to you. Come on, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. But let's listen to what he got to say, man.
I'm around older people and shit, so I'm very cautious and careful when it comes to this COVID shit. So I was very happy of how Smack URL and the people over there conducted business as far as safety went for COVID. I'm like, shit. As soon as I landed, we had to get COVID tested. We couldn't bring no +1s, no this and that, and we the artists, none of that, right? But I'm gonna keep it 100. I ain't gonna say who they let in, but I know for 100% fact, there was 2 people in the venue that was not COVID tested. I know that for 100, for one of them. 100% fact I know because homie, he came later that night. It was like 1 in the morning. I was outside rehearsing in front of the hotel and who I'm talking about pulled up. This was hours after COVID testing. We did the COVID testing and it was just that night up until 8 p.m. So y'all can't okey doke me and act like I'm lying. So that's what I don't be liking. But this is the world, right? This is the world we live in, isn't it?
Okay, there you have it. So according to Jim, the URL them wasn't testing everybody for COVID. And that was just the ones he know for sure. He ain't even counting the ones he don't know. That's not good. Because if you testing people for COVID for everybody's safety, for yours and theirs and others, then why wouldn't that apply to other people? Like, why would you COVID test some and then have them all around each other who passed their test only to let somebody in who haven't been tested? I don't get that. What's the logics in that? That don't make no sense. Jimz, I don't think you was allowed to say that. I think you finna get a whooping. And what I mean by whooping, I don't mean they gonna put hands on you. I mean, you finna get a real whooping like a baby do. Like with a belt. Like Smack whooped them with belts. He disciplined them with real belts. Like they gotta get old-fashioned over the lap whoopings. Like where they pull their pants down to their knees, and he really whooped them like with a real belt to discipline them, to shame them. That's they ritual they have to go through. So I don't think you was allowed to say that, especially when they just shut down their venue because it's being alleged that somebody tested positive for COVID, which is kind of bad. If you said you know some people they let in who wasn't even tested. So that's not good at all. I don't think you was allowed to say that. You know what's crazy about what you did, Jim? That's funny. When you was over at RBE, you was more free. You was more relaxed. You had more control over what you say and what you do, to the point that, you know, you didn't care to some degree. Now, since you left Red Breed Entertainment and you with URL now, the thing is, when you compromise yourself, you put yourself in a bad place. And notice, like, anything you say is not off limits. Anything you say is not off limits. Now, when you saying and doing things, you actually getting backlash from it. You actually getting backlash from it. And the crazy thing about it is, you put yourself in this situation. You only got yourself to blame. Like, you went over to the URL knowing that knowing as a blogger, as a battle rap blogger, the URL got the most mess going on. And you built your brand off of presenting yourself to the community who follow you as a stand-up, genuine dude who keep it real. So you created a clothing line called Stop Being Dirty, because you be exposing people for being fake and fraudulent and not standing on things and being real. And now you put yourself in a compromising place where you can't even represent your product because you the one who talking to yourself. Like, now you're talking to yourself. So you need to buy your own merchandise and don't sell it to nobody else but you. Then you sitting here in a car, bro, with a COVID mask on, all by yourself. Like, what you got, COVID? You gonna give it to yourself? You trying not to give it to yourself? You trying not to give your COVID to yourself? Like, that mask just shows me you don't trust yourself. That's what that means. You're the only one in the car driving, but you got the COVID mask on as though you contaminated. Like, dude, what are you doing, man? Like, bro, this is crazy. This is crazy. Like, who does that? That don't even make no sense. Unless you saying something that we don't know about. Oh no, man. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. But URL, that's bogus, man. If y'all doing that, if y'all not testing everybody and you not being complete, honest, and genuine, you jeopardizing the health and well-being of others, man. Others. When you got people taking the COVID test, moving to the left, who all passed the test, and then you let somebody just come in who haven't been tested to go right where them brothers is who tested negative to actually put them at risk or in harm's way. That ain't good at all. That really wasn't good. Real talk. Yeah, that wasn't good at all, man. And I don't think you were supposed to put that out there, Jimz, on the real. But I thank you for saying it and raising the awareness to the battle rap community and the battle rappers and putting this out like this so that the URL could be mindful of their negligence and hope that nobody contracted COVID as a result of that negligence. And from here on out can be more professional about what they doing and things that they doing. So hopefully they can learn from this, because that's out of pocket. How you going to test us for COVID? Then you got other people in there who haven't been tested, kicking it with us like they have been tested, when we putting ourselves at risk and we don't know what they got. So no, that ain't good, bro. It really ain't. But you put it out there, so hopefully URL can get it together, man, and make things right. And it's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment, that's the question, it's yours. Hit the link in the description box, subscribe to Battle Truth. If you want to subscribe on my Patreon, Click that link in the description box. Scroll down to when you see Patreon. Click on it. Join my Patreon at an affordable price, man. Show some love to your boy. I got like over 400 some videos on that channel. Y'all don't want to play no games, man. Have you saw everything that's on there, man? Have you saw the whole 11-part series I did with me and my big brother? I don't know, man, but you can check it out, man. So shouts out to everybody that rock with your boy Truth. It ain't my judgment, that's a question. It's yours.